Hey, folks, welcome again. This time we are doing a book review. This book is called The Overthinker's Guide to Making Decision: How to Make Decisions Without Losing Your Mind. The author is Joseph Nguyen. I need to pronounce his name properly. It's a light read. I picked it up in the bookstore a couple months ago. And if you're like me, I've been thinking a lot about how do we make the best decisions in life, and a lot of that comes down to I've done things like keeping a decision journal. I've to figure out, like, am I making the best decision, or am I doing things that are in line with me? And I'll share a couple notes from the book I think will be helpful, and just like the general thesis. Over the last, probably like 4 years, I think some of the top decisions that I've had to make is in for a job, like, do I leave or do I stay, or what type of jobs that I want to go after. And I'll just share with you, because this is going to be a very short one. His entire argument is essentially is that you don't overthink because something's wrong with you. So I don't want people to think that. He's saying we overthink because something matters, and when we care, that things matter to us. He says underneath every spiral is a quiet question: what will it say about me if I get this wrong? That was, that's something that I can relate to. It's like, instead of thinking about, like, what is the true decision, we're saying, like, what will this say about me if I get this wrong? And so, especially if I'm thinking about, hey, do I go to this new company or something like that? I wasn't actually asking if it's a good move. I was asking, what will people think, if it doesn't work out? Will I be respected? Will I think? And so, I've actually mentored people who are thinking about, going to a new job or taking on a new challenge. And oftentimes it's not rooted in, do I move or not? It's like, what will people think about me? How will I come across? Will people think it's a good move? And so it's really tied up into what other people think versus what you think about yourself. He says, so let me share a quote of what he shared. Let me just put this up here. Boom. All right. He says, this is an interesting thing, is like, what oxygen is to fire, your attention is to fear. I think this is a really powerful one for me, because it's your attention is a big thing, right? And so we need to make sure, like, where we're spending our attention when it comes on to fear. The other one, which I think was very helpful for me, is like, you don't overthink because something is wrong. Like I mentioned before, you overthink because something matters. I think this is a really big thing. We oftentimes think that we're spiraling because something is wrong, but it's like, no, because this thing truly matters to you. This is one of the reasons why, you're starting to spiral or overthink. This other one is really helpful. It says, discomfort isn't a problem to solve, it's a signal that you're on the right path. I'll leave you here. The price of your dreams is fear, nothing else. All right. I think that's where I want to leave you today. Definitely check it out. It's a very short read, but it gives you a framework of how to think about how to think about thinking and the decisions that you're making. Um, my big thing is, if you've been stuck in your head, definitely give it a read. And also, just helpful, as I'm sure there's always decisions you'll have to make in your life, whether you're a leader or not. And I think this is a helpful slight read of, like, thinking and thinking about decision making. Hopefully this was helpful for y'all. We'll check out the next one.